I don't just train and fight to be just one more, I fight to be the best fighter in the world, and that's the goal. That I want to finish my career. I want to look back and say, man, I did the best I could, and I did it, not just I trained hard and I tried. I want to look back and say, man, I dedicated my whole life to a purpose, and I was able to achieve it. My name is Gracie, and I've been fighting Jiu-Jitsu my whole life, and I achieved a lot of things in the Jiu-Jitsu world. I think my biggest achievement was being a 10 times world champion in Jiu-Jitsu. I got started in martial arts, I think as far as I can remember, because it's sort of almost a religion in my family. It started with my grandfather, over 100 years ago. As far as I can remember, every family reunion, everything was involved in Jiu-Jitsu, in fighting. So being a Gracie is quite interesting. I never really took very seriously the training and fighting. I was just a normal kid, I trained, but not that much. But once I was about 13 years old, that's when I pretty much decided I want to be the best fighter in the world. And at that point on, I started training every day, and I took Jiu-Jitsu seriously. And once I started training a lot, then my Jiu-Jitsu started evolving, and that's when I was start winning a lot of competitions. About achievements, I pretty much won every single tournament in Jiu-Jitsu. I was national champion, Pan-American, world champion, European. Probably the biggest one, I won the world championship 10 times as a black belt. My transition from Jiu-Jitsu to MMA, it came very naturally because my family created MMA. So it was sort of every member, every champion of my family, it was sort of a natural path. So ever since I started taking Jiu-Jitsu professionally, I knew at some point that would happen to me. By being a Gracie, I never had any easy fight. Ever since my first fight, I already fought a very good opponent, and the challenge just got bigger. I have a very good friend who came to Evolve right in the beginning. He opened the Evolve with Chatri, Rafael Lima, Gordinho. And then I knew, through him, and I knew the Evolve was getting bigger and bigger. So I saw the Evolve right from the first day to what it is today. Evolve for me is the biggest martial arts academy in the world. The number of world champions they have. If you realize, between Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai, I don't see any other academy in the world with this many world champions in the same roof. And it's unbelievable what they did here. There's a big market saying Evolve is the biggest academy in Asia. I think it's the biggest academy in the world, in every aspect. It's very difficult to compare any other school or martial arts with Evolve. I think MMA in Singapore, in Asia, it had a boom, it's growing a lot. Especially in Singapore, I think that's the central of MMA in all Asia. I think this is where the seed was planted that was going to spread all over Asia. I love when I come to Singapore. I think this is an unbelievable country. It's one of the most clean and organized cities in the world. And every time I fight, I always try to come here, much earlier, so I can not just climatize, but I can, learn and train with the guys here. The knowledge is so big. I'm always very, very pleased to come to Evolve to train. I think I'm naturally a very competitive person. When I told myself, I'm going to be the best fighter in the world, it wasn't just, like everybody wants to be a millionaire, but very people are. Because very people really believe they're able to achieve that. And, I always believed I can. There's no second place for me, and if you want to do something, you have to do 100%. I'm here to be the best, that's it.